What the hell goes on in the ladies' bathroom in Congress?
Okay, so I actually kind of love that story came out because of how I was quoted. So yeah, I mean, we're talking in the congressional ladies' bathroom. I'm there with Anna Paulina Luna, and people are upset about what's going on in the speaker's race. It had been a couple of days. We were not electing Kevin McCarthy. We hadn't received the concessions that we wanted, and my colleague from Georgia, the gentlewoman from Georgia, came up and started, being kind of nasty about it. And no one else had been nasty about it. Everyone had been very professional. I have seen, it was the most organized I have seen Congress since I've been there in 2 years. And so when she started going after me, I looked at her and said, "Don't be ugly."
Because you guys were kind of like BFFs there for a while, weren't you? Or no? Is that just because, the media was like, look, 2 women in Congress at the same time?
I think the media saw 2 women in Congress. There was nothing against her. We travel in the same circles, right. Have the same policy views on a lot of things, not everything, but on many things.
Right.
And but yeah, I looked at her, said, "I don't have time for this." I said, "Don't be ugly." And that's something that my granny used to say to me when I was being a brat.
It's like the most inoffensive thing you could say.
She'd say, "Don't be ugly."
I understand that I am supposed to be delighted by the feud between them. And I'm not gonna say that as someone on the other side of the aisle, I don't get some pleasure out of watching 2 of their worst people fighting. But does anyone else get the impression that Lauren Boebert desperately wants this to be a thing? And that, to me, subtracts just a little bit of the fun out of it. How badly she wants you to know that they're a feud. I was so glad that they talked about that brief interaction that we had in the bathroom. Oh, and also when she was asked the Dana Loesch or whatever, just said something about like, it's weird because like it seemed like you guys liked each other. It would have been the easiest thing in the world for Lauren Boebert to be like, "Hey, we still have a working relationship. It was a brief." No, instead she said, "No, why did people think that? We were 2 women in Congress? Why did anyone think that I liked her before?" That was such a needless escalation of the feud that for me, it just seems like this is something that she clearly sees some sort of political benefit to come out of it, Brett. But I don't know, what do you think?
I think that, first of all, I love that Lauren Boebert says she means don't be ugly. My great aunt meant don't be ugly metaphorically, but the truth is, let's be honest, that is exactly the kind of toxicity from an older relative that says you're ugly that drives Lauren Boebert to be the terrible human that she is today. So I'm pretty sure she was like, "Don't be as ugly as you are, child." Horrible things. I think this is what it's all about. This is what she wants everything to be about. She wants to take every opportunity to say, "I am not with crazy Marjorie Taylor Greene." And she knows that she just suffered politically from her tight-knit relationship with the Trump camp. And Marjorie Taylor Greene really wants to be the vice presidential candidate, so she is hewn closer. However, Lauren Boebert is like, "I am not with her." This is not the first time she said something like this. There was an interview with her and Matt Gaetz, on the floor of whatever it was that was going on. And she was like, "I agree with her on stuff, but I'm not everything. Everyone thinks we're best friends. I don't believe in Jewish space lasers." She is tired of it. She's sick of it. And I think it's like when women I know have been like, it's a toxic girlfriend relationship where you're just like, I need to be the most important person there. The same way this sibling rivalry, they're having this rivalry where she's like, I don't want her to take away from my spotlight. This is my show. And in fact, every time people think that I'm close to her, it actually costs me votes in my district, and I can't afford to lose anymore next go around.
Yeah, that's true. There definitely is a look ahead to the next race and concerns about how she's gonna manage that. I think that this is an instance of her maybe making the right choice to help her out in that way in the future. But looking ahead to what the House intends to do over the next couple of years and what she seems to see her place in the House, I feel like she's gonna make a lot of decisions that work in the opposite direction. In any event, they could fight. For me, the fight would be far more intriguing if there was something significant and policy based that the disagreement seemed to be founded on. It really does seem, it seems performative, it seems personal. I don't know. Let them fight in a bathroom, out of a bathroom. I don't care at this point.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.